In the silence of our minds and the quiet moments of reflection, we often find ourselves questioning, what is truly real? What is truly right? The Buddha's teaching to the Kalamas invites us to delve into these questions not as an intellectual exercise, but as a path to personal liberation. His words transcend the boundaries of time, reminding us that wisdom cannot be inherited or borrowed. It must be realized through our own direct experience. Today, we will explore this teaching, which urges us to discard blind belief and discover truth for ourselves. Let this contemplation be not just of the mind, but of the heart as well. Come, O Kalamas, do not accept anything on mere hearsay, that is, thinking. Thus have we heard it from long ago. Do not accept anything by mere tradition, that is, thinking. It has thus been handed down through many generations. Do not accept anything on account of rumors, that is, by believing what others say without any investigation. Do not accept anything just because it accords with your scriptures. Do not accept anything by mere supposition. Do not accept anything by mere inference. Do not accept anything by merely considering appearances. Do not accept anything merely because it agrees with your preconceived notions. Do not accept anything merely because it seems acceptable, and that is, it should be accepted. Do not accept anything thinking. The ascetic is respected by us, and therefore it is right to accept his word. Thus, O Kalamas, let not the mind be swayed by blind faith or the comfort of tradition. For to walk the path of wisdom, one must investigate with care, as a goldsmith tests the purity of gold through fire. Only through direct insight, grounded in your own experience, can truth be discerned. In this way, you cultivate a mind that is neither bound by the chains of dogma nor led astray by fleeting emotions or the words of others. This is the beginning of true freedom, where the Dharma is realized in its depth, not merely heard, but lived in the heart. But when you know for yourselves, these things are immoral, these things are blameworthy, these things are censured by the wise. These things, when performed and undertaken, conduce to ruin and sorrow, then indeed you should reject them. Examine deeply, O Kalamas, the fruits of actions. For wisdom does not rest in mere intellectual understanding, but in the lived experience of what leads to suffering and what leads to peace. In every thought, word, and deed, there arises a ripple that extends far beyond the moment of its creation. If these ripples bring harm to yourself or others, if they distort the harmony within and around you, they are not to be followed. The wise who have walked this path before have spoken not to bind you, but to offer guidance, so you may see for yourself what causes the heart to tremble with remorse or contract in sorrow. Discard such ways as you would discard a poisoned arrow. When you know for yourselves, these things are moral, these things are blameless, these things are praised by the wise. These things, when performed and undertaken, conduce to well-being and happiness. Then you should live and act accordingly. O Kalamas, when the mind is free from delusion, from hatred and greed, it opens to a clarity that is luminous and profound. From this place, you will see that certain actions are aligned with the deep current of life, fostering compassion, joy, and peace. These are the actions that uplift both yourself and those around you. Praise not out of mere habit, but because they resonate with the universal truth of well-being. In these actions, there is no regret, no turning back, only the steady unfolding of happiness and liberation. As a tree that bears fruit naturally, so too will your heart bear the fruits of wisdom, leading to true happiness and the end of suffering. Live by this light, for it is within you, waiting to be kindled through practice, reflection, and a heart attuned to the Dharma. As we reflect on the Buddha's guidance, we are reminded that true wisdom arises only when we quiet the noise of the world and listen deeply to our own experience. The path to truth is not found in the comfort of tradition or the authority of others. It is discovered within the clarity of our own minds when we see the nature of things as they truly are. O Kalamas, the Buddha's Kalas, not to merely reject, but to investigate with mindfulness and to live with a heart grounded in compassion and wisdom. In this way, we walk the noble path, not as followers of teachings, but as those who have seen, known, and awakened. This is the way to inner peace, the way to true liberation. If you found value in this discussion and want to continue exploring the depth and wisdom of Buddhism, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Cultivating Buddhism, and share your thoughts in the comments. May the teachings of the Buddha bring you peace and guide you on your path to enlightenment.